Hello and welcome to another video looking back at some gaming magazines. I'm actually going to do two videos this morning, so I'll obviously record the first one, just a quick catch up, and also looking at a issue of Amiga Power from, when was this, 1996, so 28 years ago, like one of the last editions. And then the next video, which will follow on from this, I'm going to have a look at another CVG, because when I covered issue 150 in the last video, I wanted to see, as mentioned, I wanted to see like what the magazine was like a year on into that sort of redesign, to see how many things were still obviously carried over. That's going to be just before it goes to like the Paul Davis era, so I just thought it was like a good place to pick up at. But anyway, I'm not going to keep babbling on about that, because I'll talk about that when I get to CVG a little later on. So basically, I've just had a couple of editions. First of all is a cheap pop, as they say in wrestling, with magazines that I actually work on, with a new Pixel Addict magazine that's just come through the door late last week, I think it is, as we record this on a Monday, and also Amiga Addict. So this is like issue 30 now of Amiga Addict. So I joined this back on issue 3 officially. Issue 2 had the first piece in it. So to be going now almost 4 years, it was December 2020 when it launched. There's quite a lot in this. We always try to fill it as much as we can, over 60 pages. Looking at the Amiga 4000 Tower. There's also, I'll just try and do this as quick as possible, a look at, we have the Creative Revolution pages, looking at, you know, various software packages for your graphics and stuff like that. Gareth's been doing that now for quite some time, has done some of our covers as well. We've got a look at, I'll just try and do this as quick as possible, from Chris Winter, a piece where he's discussing, he went down the PC 386 route rather than Amiga by the early 90s, so he's just obviously looking at an alternate reality, putting some games to the test to see how we play the A1200 stock, A1200, and then stock 386, well, say stock 386, you know, the 386 PC that you'd expect at the time. As I said, I'm just going to just quickly flick through this. Also got a look at CD32 Corner, again I've never ever heard of, Kung Fu, a sort of weird looking platformer with a quite an aggressive kangaroo, and then yeah, it was quite a late game really. We've also got, I'm not going to give too much away, a look at the game Roguecraft, one of the big Amiga releases this year. So there's a 3-page review there. And then we've also got a look at On the Ball, seeing it's the Euros at the moment. And we've also got a Settlers playing guide, a favourite game for quite a few people that work on the magazine. Something I've still never played, which I keep saying, oh, I'm going to fix it. I never have done. And then over in Pixel Addict, it's a look at 40 years of Elite, the game. This is something I've never really got into myself, but it was great to obviously speak to co-creator Ian Bell, Bob Wade, editor of Zap64, who reviewed the game back in the day. So yeah, and also Jez San, who worked on one of the conversions. Then there's also a quick look at PC World as well, a look back there, place probably quite a few of us went to. Back in the day when we were, you know, going for a new desktop and everything. What else have we got? We've also got a look at the Wakefield Acorn and Risk OS computer show. Andrew Oyston covered that for us last year, and obviously it was back again this time. We've also got a look at what, I'm just trying to think what it's actually called. Basically, it's a turtle that you use on the BBC, Valiant Turtle, that was it. Couldn't get my words out there. That's by Andrew Hutchins, aka Linux Jedi. He's obviously taking a bit of a trip down memory lane there. That's I'll just quickly show one of the elite spreads. So altogether, this is 9 pages. No, 8 pages. Sorry, it was going to be 9, but I think we managed to just about fit it into 8. But my God, there's so much information there and so many memories. Also got an interview with Ed Lomas from CVG magazine, and also official Dreamcast mag. So it's looking back at his magazine days. On Sega magazine, CVG, Sega Saturn magazine as well. So yeah, that was actually a good chat. A look back at StarCraft. Our review section seems to be quite big this time, with Turtles Arcade, Wrath of the Mutants, Epic's Collection, Cyborg Force. We've also got a look at one of the Turtles figures. We've got a look back at Classic Review Crash Bandicoot. We've got Homebrew Heroes, done by Mark Jowett. So that's over 3 pages, quite a few games reviewed there as well. And then for Pixels and Popcorn, we have a quick look at the future classic, I don't know, maybe cult classic, Five Nights at Freddy's. And then we've also got Alex Trower's ex-Bullfrog talking about Magic Carpet, which is 30 years old. So yeah, quite a few things in that. Again, hard at work on issue 22, so we've got 2 weeks to obviously knock that one out. And then the other thing that I just picked up recently, over in York, went to Southam Retro Games, shout out to Lee. Always something there, and obviously I came back with well, more of a book than a magazine, but it's the Mean Machines Essential Sega Guide. £5, not bad at all. In really good condition as well. It's got like this old sticker on there from back in the day. So with this was, I'm just trying to get the actual year, 1994. So it had been going for a couple of years at this point. So this probably takes us to, probably around, issue 15, 16 perhaps. Going off some of the games here, it's put together by Jazz Rignall and Rich. Jazz had actually left early 94, so maybe it is early-ish 94. And in here, you've just got a bit of a Bones magazine looking at this. A load of Mega Drive games, and then some Master System as well. Again, there's 4 pages listings of Mega Drive. Master System gets a couple of pages, and then we've also got Mega CD, of course. Sorry, Mega CD and Game Gear. So with this obviously being more of a almost a year, well, not a yearbook, but compendium of titles. Some of them good, some of them absolutely awful. Dark Castle, I'm looking at you on the Mega Drive. So just to quickly show you just how we've laid it out. So 4 titles on some pages, half a page each, like little bit about the game, mini write-up, as obviously they reviewed it. So it's really like edited reviews, because obviously in the main issues you get a lot more. Some pages though, we've scored 3 in there. So again, still getting the breakdown of graphics, sound, everything like that. So it's going through like all the, I'm just going to get to, here we go. This one will do. So we have, is that Gunstar Heroes? Yeah. So we've got Green Dog Gunstar Heroes on this spread. So yeah, this must be roughly about halfway through 94, I guess. So if I went through Mean Machines Sega magazines, there'd be an advert for it somewhere, definitely. Sometimes you do get 6 games here, so obviously we have chucked a lot of information onto the pages here. Let's just get to one of my favourites that I always bang on about. It's almost there. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll look at this one. This is quite an easy one. Sonic 1 and 2 and Speedball 2 as well. Still great games. I mean, obviously Sonic 1 85%, Sonic 2 96, wow, and Speedball 2 91. Yeah, quite good, quite enjoy that, and then we've also got, that's what I was looking for, page of Streets of Rage 1 and 2. So Streets of Rage 3 hadn't actually come out by this point, and that was reviewed in issue 17 or 18. So it must be early 94 then, this. Really must be. Anyway, I'll be moving on to the Amiga magazine in a moment. Then we do move on to the Master System games. Again, colour coded at the top, just saying Master System. Looking back at, well, obviously the Master System was on its way out at that point in 94. But, you know, we still obviously give it quite a bit of love. Obviously it'd be there as your entry console. Wow, okay, I've never even noticed these myself, but these are tiny. Almost handheld reviews, ba-boom. So yeah, a lot more of the Game Gear games shoved into fewer pages. And then we've also got a few add-ons as well at the back. I suppose the good thing is this, about this, is if you don't own a Mega Drive at the time, then this is sort of like, oh, you're about to buy a Mega Drive or any other Sega system. You know, it's a nice little sort of guide. New releases right at the back. So we've got Street Fighter 2. Obviously, if you were there, you know what a big deal this was when Mega Drive owners finally got it. You've also got some smaller new releases here. So this is showing Aladdin, Asterix, Castlevania New Generation. What else have we got? Sonic CD. And that is more or less it, really. So how many pages is it? It's just short of 200 pages. So yeah, I had to pick that up because I've got a full set of Mean Machines Sega, but I thought that was a nice addition, you know, to the collection. So anyway, I'm going to be quick. This is going to be quite a short one anyway, because this is issue 62 of Amiga Power. Now this is one that I got off Lee again at Southern Games of when I was at Revival a few weeks ago. So here, Life and Death football special. Very strange cover, you know. I'm not seeing football when I see that. On the back page we have 101 uses for your Amiga, because I think they knew the writing was on the wall as a commercial machine. So there we are, hanging basket. So it was quite tongue-in-cheek there. And then we've mentioned this recently, Special Reserve, obviously the big thing here, PC. So this is, yeah, June 96. So, you know, we're going back 28 years. Wow. Sorry, just sinking in there. And then we've got the cover disc, which is a full game of F1 Championship Edition. So not bad if you're into your racing games. Was it by Dolmark? Yeah, originally published by Dolmark. So some of these big games, you know, the publishers then are just going, yeah, go on, you can put it on the disc. And what else have we got? We've got an Amiga Power preview of Valhalla. This eventually got reviewed, definitely in Amiga format. I'm not too sure if we actually got a review of it in here. I mean, Amiga Power went up to issue 65. It may have done. And then we've also got a preview of the Chaos Engine 2, which does, I say, surprise me. I always forget like how late on Chaos Engine 2 actually was. You know, I didn't have my Amiga by this point. I think I just about got rid of it. Like I say, there's not really too much to show here, but we've also got the stuff pages there. Look, you know, where we just get a few words from the people who work on the mag. So again, I think altogether now this is about 50 pages, something like that. So here we go. The football games, big football special. Here we go. It is the Euro 96 around this time. So we've got Total Football. Never actually played this. It came out on consoles as well. I'm sure it came out on Mega Drive. So this is around the time when I was leaving high school. They're giving this 87%, which isn't bad really. You know, I suppose that's just it. At this point, you know, things like Sensible Soccer obviously was the best football game on the Amiga by this point, with Sensible World of Soccer and the updates. Obviously years earlier you kick off 2 and everything like that, but we have FIFA, the original one, a few years earlier, but I don't think you got any of the FIFA follow-ups on Amiga. I'm sure it was like only that one. We've also got, what is this, XP8, not aware of this at all. I think at the time, well, 55%. So obviously any games you could, you'd want to review. Primal Rage, the dinosaur beat 'em up. Came out on every single system, it seems like, even things like the Game Gear. I'm sure it came out on Game Gear. 77%. So not a bad score. Obviously, the fact Amiga's still getting a release at this point as well. Here we go. This is Hitting the Heights, Experiencing the Lows, the Amiga Games Roundup for football games. A lot of magazines had to do this, as they started getting towards the end of their life. Best football games: SWAS, Kickoff 2, Striker, Wembley International Soccer, Goal, Brutal Sports Football, and FIFA. So we're talking about some decent ones there. The worst: Striker Manager, 18%, ouch. World of Soccer, 5%. Wild Cup Soccer, 14%. Mentioned that when I did a piece in on Amiga Addict on Millennium. And what else have we got? Management Sims, here we go. On the Ball World Cup Edition, 85%. Ultimate Soccer Manager, 84%. That's a good football manager game. Premier Manager 3, 83%. And again, they put SWAS in there as well. And then you've also got, what's this? Sending someone down to a football ground as well. Experiencing, the training and the ins and outs of obviously being a football coach, which actually goes on for 4 pages. So quite a bit. We've got a little bit of a budget review there, a game called Timekeepers, and that's the data disc. We've got some PD reviews as well. Pitch and Putt, £8, and then a few more here as well. See, I think that's just it. You are going to get some decent PD games, and obviously the Amiga magazines will be more than happy to cover those as well, to make sure that we've got some gaming content in. We've then got the tips and cheats. Well, we've got 3 there, been up for a few years. Alien Breed 3D, a bit more recent. What else? A guide for Z-Wolf 2. Only ever played the first one, never played the second one. And that goes on for quite a few pages. And then again, Q&A for tips and games that people are stuck on. And then what else do we have? Okay, the Amiga versus God feature. So something a bit different. I mean, there's one of these issues and there's about 6 or 7 pages about the career of Michael Caine towards the end of Amiga Power. So, we just want to put in a bit of everything. We've got letters. And then we've just got the bottom line as well. Like the mini reviews and best of the best here. As we just get to the last couple of pages. And a tribute to Ed, and then another mail order advert. So yeah, so not too much in it by that point. 60 pages, which is ironic because that's how much that's how big Amiga Addict is as well. So it's nowadays, so it's quite funny because you get into stage of there's quite a lot of Amiga games coming out again, and we only have so many pages for the games because obviously we want to do the serious stuff as well. So yeah, I feel like games wise, I've said it before, back at that point, where it's like that sort of 96 period for an Amiga user, where some big games are coming out. There's still people doing the smaller titles, conversions and stuff like that, like the Final Fight conversion and stuff, and an update to make it a lot more playable than the 1991 or maybe 92 Amiga title. But yeah, that's it really. Thank you so much for watching. Next video, looking back at that CVG. I've not forgot to cover some SNES stuff as well soon. All right, bye bye.